For centuries, historians believed something very simple. Ancient Indians wrote about a mighty river that never existed. They called it the Saraswati, a sacred river, a divine river, a mythological river. Because when modern explorers searched for it, they found nothing, no water, no river, only desert. So, history textbook concluded Saraswati was just a myth. But then satellite looked beneath the desert, and what they discovered created one of the biggest historical mysteries ever. In late 20th century, satellite imaging revealed something hidden under the sands of Rajasthan and Haryana. A massive ancient river channel, hundreds of kilometers long, wider than many present-day rivers, exactly where ancient texts said Saraswati once flowed. Suddenly, a mythological river had a physical evidence. But this discovery created a much bigger problem because scientists then asked, when did this river disappear? Geological studies gave a stunning answer. The river began to dry around 2000 to 1900 BC, thousands of years ago, long before recorded history in many parts of the world. But now comes the real mystery because the Rig Veda, one of the oldest texts in human history, describes Saraswati as the greatest of rivers flowing from mountains to sea. Not a drying river, not a memory, but a powerful living river. And here's the problem most of the historians date Rig Veda around 1500 BC, that is 500 years after river had already dried. So now we have a massive historical puzzle. How could a later text describe a river that no longer existed? And this is where the teachings become explosive because along this dried river channel, archaeologists has discovered something shocking. Hundreds of ancient settlements, many older than famous Indus cities. In fact, more than half or so-called Indus civilization cities are not at all along the Indus River. They are along the dried Ghaggar Hakra channel, which many researchers identify as the ancient Saraswati system. This led some scholars to propose maybe we shouldn't call it Indus civilization. Maybe it was actually the Indus Saraswati civilization, and that idea changes everything. Because for decades, textbooks followed one dominant theory that Vedic culture came after Harappan cities' decline. But if Saraswati connects the both, then the story may be very different. It may suggest not two separate civilization but one continuous evolving civilization. Some historians like Romila Thapar caution that cultural memories and geological timelines can overlap, and the relationship between Harappan and Vedic tradition remains complex. But even skeptics agree on one thing: the discovery of Saraswati Channel changed the debate forever. But one final mystery remains. How does a massive river simply disappear? Scientists found multiple causes. Tectonic shift diverted its Himalayan tributaries. Climate change weakened monsoon pattern. Gradually, the river lost its sources, and over centuries, it turned into a seasonal stream, then into a desert, a slow death of a once mighty river. Today, the Saraswati still does not flow on the surface, but its story flows through one of the history's biggest questions. How ancient is Indian civilization? Was it fragmented or was it continuous? The answer is still being debated, but one thing is certain: the Saraswati was never just a myth. It was a real river, a real lifeline, and possibly the missing puzzle in the understanding one of the world's oldest civilization.